Hi everybody, I wanted to do a quick video on how to determine if you've received all the funds that you were supposed to receive from the invoices that you posted to your customers, as well as if you've posted all the payments that were required to any bills that you've entered. As I'm going through and reviewing everybody's files, I see that everybody's entering their invoices to their customers and entering their bills to their suppliers. Everybody's doing a great job on that. But I have noticed in some cases where money's being received from customers as instructed in the chapter exercises have not been entered, as well as bills that were supposed to be paid have not yet been paid. So the best way to determine if you've done that is pull up your balance sheet, and as always, you want to make sure that you're setting your date to January 1st, 2018. And there's just two areas on your balance sheet that you need to check. Okay. The first is under assets, and have a look and see if you see any accounts receivable. If you see any receivables here, you're going to have to go in and take a look because odds are that you have posted invoices to customers, but you haven't recorded the payments as being received yet. Or you may have and just set it for the incorrect date. The next area you want to take a look at on your balance sheet is in your liabilities. And you want to have a look at accounts payable. This is the money that the company owes to suppliers. If you have any amounts here, you're going to want to go in and see any bills that you haven't paid yet and review your instructions and pay the bills as instructed. The last thing I'd like you to check is you may have some funds left over here in undeposited funds. As we said in class, you can just bypass that when you're receiving payments and deposit directly to Toronto Savings and Loan. But please have a look on your balance sheet here and see if you have anything remaining in undeposited funds. Because what we want to do is we want to transfer any amounts that are sitting in undeposited funds. We want to transfer that up to our real bank account. So before we get into how to find your customers and bill payments, I want to review on how we can quickly transfer anything that may be sitting in your undeposited funds account. So we can do that by going up here to the little plus sign. We'll click on that, and right in this column here where it says Other, let's go down to Transfer. And then you'll see a screen here that'll say Transfer Funds From and Transfer Funds To. So what we want to do in this case is I want to transfer funds from my undeposited funds account, and you'll see it comes up here. It pulls everything up at $565, and I want to transfer that to my Toronto Savings and Loan. Okay, and then my transfer amount is going to be this amount right here, the $565, because that's what's sitting in my undeposited funds account. Again, I'm going to want to check my date here, make sure that I have that set correctly. Just to be safe, I'm going to set this to January 2018. All right, so once I've got the $565 entered here from my undeposited funds, these are going to be transferred to my Toronto Savings and Loan. And to do that, you can't quite see the button, but down on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you will see a button that says Save and New. Simply click on that. See here, Transfer Saved. So let's close this screen out. We go back to the balance sheet now, and you'll see that my undeposited funds account is now 0, and that's what you want. Now, if you don't see an undeposited funds listed anywhere on your assets, that's great, that's fine. That just means you've received everything directly to your Toronto Savings and Loan, which is fine. Okay, so let's go take a look now and see how we can find out what's going on with these accounts receivable and make sure that we receive funds that are due to us. So once again, we go over to Reports, and we will want to scroll down. Who owes you in this section here? And you want to pull up an accounts receiving aging summary. Okay, and again, so this will be effective as today, which is fine. And you can see here, I've got some invoices that are outstanding to me. Okay, I've actually got 3 of them. Now, all you need to do to receive the funds, first of all, refer back to your lecture exercises in chapters 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, whatever you're working on. Find these customers when you're actually supposed to receive the payments. Okay, I'm going to click on the number, and it shows me the invoice that I've created. And just over here under the third column from the left is the invoice number. I'll select that. Okay. Once that's up, I can now receive payment on this invoice. Okay. So I'll select receive payment. Okay. I don't want it going to undeposited funds. I want to deposit that directly to my Toronto Savings and Loan. And you'll want to fill in whatever date that you're given in the lecture exercises. And if you're given a check number, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever the check number may be, you're going to want to enter that as your reference number. Or if the customer paid by Visa, or however they paid. Once you've got all that in there, go down to the bottom right-hand corner and select Save and New. Now the payment's been received. I'll close the screen out. Okay, and I'll go back to my report here. And you'll see now that that invoice has been removed. And I'll just keep going through until I have nothing left in my accounts receivable. I'll receive a payment from Huron Park in this example, and also down here from Parson Community. Next, we want to go and see what bills that we haven't paid. So we'll scroll down in the report section. Okay, all right, what you owe. And the second one down, you should see accounts payable aging summary. So let's select that. And here's all the bills that I've entered that I haven't made payments on. So again, I want to go back and find these in my lecture exercises and find the instructions with respect to the date and the method of payment that I'm making. It'll either be through a John or Alice's debit card, or I may be cutting a check. So let me take this. I haven't paid this on my system yet, this sort of accounting. So same thing applies. I just hover over the number. You can see the hand point up. Click on it. And the second column from the left is my transaction type. I'll select bill. Okay. Over here, I want to make a payment. Okay. Put in my reference number, excuse me if it happens to be a check. Here, I've got my drop down. I've got Alice's credit card, John's credit card, or I can go right up to Toronto Savings and Loan. Let's say I'm actually cutting a check and it's 101. And I want to check my date. So date, okay, where I'm paying it from, and the reference number, all right? And then down in the bottom right-hand corner, select Save and Close, okay? My bill payment has been saved. I can go back to my report summary list, and that will be clear. So once again, please go through your balance sheet and take a look and see if you have any money sitting in undeposited funds and transfer those up. See if you have any accounts receivable and make sure you post payments received from customers, funds received. And also check your accounts payable to see if anything is sitting there that needs to be paid. Okay. I hope that helps, and this is actually a process that would be done on month-end and closing as well, so it's a great exercise to make sure that you've got everything cleaned up on your balance sheet and you've correctly entered all the monies that you received from clients and all the payments that you needed to make as according to the instructions. Bye for now, and we'll see you soon.